Yo, what's going on, everybody? The Cool Geek here, and I'm actually with another video. And today I'm gonna be doing a good old power scale on Sasuke from part 1 of Naruto. Let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, this video is going to be a power scale on Sasuke Uchiha from part 1 of Naruto. Now, to be clear, I'm going to be taking a look at the different forms of Sasuke, but only the main ones. Those being the one from the Land of Waves, then the one after he got a training amp from Kakashi, and last but not least, the one from the Final Valley. Also, in addition, we'll be dividing this video into subsections for each stat. So for AP, Sasuke has a feat where he knocks out a giant grizzly bear in the Forest of Death, which calcs out at city block level. And before you say that that's an outlier, a younger Sasuke has a feat where he creates a fireball that vaporizes some concrete, which, won't you know it, also comes out at city block level. Okay, for speed, Sasuke has a stereotypical feat of dodging a supersonic attack in the Chunin exams, which calcs out to Mach 2.098, which is slightly above baseline supersonic while using CM1, or curse mark 1. Now, before you say that CM1 Sasuke is way stronger than Sasuke from the Land of Waves, it should be noted that Sasuke had no training between the Land of Waves and the majority of the Chunin exams. Now, before you say that Sasuke was amped for this feat, we were never given a set multiplier for the first stage of the curse mark, and the curse mark didn't even spread over Sasuke's entire body. So you might be able to say it was like a 2 times boost, which would still make Sasuke low-end supersonic. Now, to make it more consistent, I think I found a good feat for this, that being that the Land of Waves Naruto speed blitzed these fodder goons, and it was calced out, and for Naruto to blitz them to that extent would require him to move at Mach 1.19, which is supersonic, and at this point, Sasuke should scale relative to, if not above, that Naruto. Okay, so for durability, Sasuke's durability should scale to his AP, because if you have lower durability than your AP, then you would get damaged every time you attack, which doesn't happen to Sasuke. If you want me to do an in-depth explanation on why this is the case, you can tell me in a comment down below or in the poll in the iCard to your top right. Since Sasuke is a ninja in the world of Naruto, that means pretty much all of his abilities are chakra based or amped by chakra, so he would have all of the hacks that come with chakra by default. If you want to know what I mean by that, you should check out my video on chakra. I give an in-depth explanation of what I mean in that video. Also, Sasuke has the Sharingan, which gives the user precognition. At this stage, Sasuke's precognition is likely single step. I'll elaborate more on that later in the video. The Sharingan also gives the user the ability to copy any ninjutsu the user is physically capable of using, along with the fact that the Sharingan also gives the user genjutsu, which is mind hacks. I'll probably do a video on the types of genjutsu in the world of Naruto, but essentially this mind hacks doesn't require the opponent to have chakra, and it scales above regular genjutsu in potency. Not to mention, Sasuke has a couple different fire style jutsu that he can utilize in combat. Okay, so at this point, Sasuke should scale in AP to Naruto, because when they fought on the rooftop, they were about even until they were about to do the Rasengan Chidori clash. This is important since Naruto beat Kiba, who should be relative to CM2 Sakon, who should be relative to CM2 Jirobo, who has a feat of pushing giant Choji, which was calced at about 5.1 kilotons, which is small town level plus. There's also a calc for Big Choji falling onto Jirobo, along with a decent chunk of the forest they were fighting in, and it comes out to about 16.56 kilotons, which is town level. Also, this is the same Sasuke that beat base Gaara and fought against partially transformed Gaara. And this is important when talking about Sasuke's AP because Gaara's Sand Tsunami was calced at about 46.6 kilotons of TNT, which is town level. Now let's go over Sasuke's AP with the Chidori. Okay, so it's stated that a large amount of chakra is focused into the arm when the Chidori is used, which would imply that it offers at least a 2 times boost onto the user's base AP. Evidence for this is that it states the arm being used to perform the Chidori becomes an unbreakable sphere that can cut through anything, implying that it makes the Chidori arm 2 times as durable / 2 times as higher piercing power, if not way more. So to calculate exactly how strong this makes Sasuke, just take the calcs from earlier and multiply them by 2. CM2 Jirobo's calc times 2 would be 10.29 kilotons. Giant Choji times 2 would be 33.12 kilotons, and Gaara Sand times 2 would be 93.24 kilotons. All of these amounts are decently into town level. Okay, so when Sasuke showed up to fight Gaara in the Chunin exams post-AMP, he was stated to be equal to base weightless Lee multiple times, and it was stated that the Chidori only works at certain speeds and higher. That speed being implied to be lightning speed. Sasuke was able to perform the Chidori in base when he was training with Kakashi, although it was stated that it's dangerous to use without his Sharingan being active. Now, the reason I say lightning speed is the minimum speed of the Chidori is because the only actual speed feat that they give that is quantifiable in terms of putting it into a number is that Kakashi cut a lightning bolt in half while it was on its downstroke, and the fact that the secret of the Chidori is the speed at which it is performed, which is heavily implies that this Sasuke is a lightning timer. Now, according to Harvard, the speed of the downstroke of lightning is Mach 1,249, or about 958,319 miles per hour, which is massively hypersonic. Okay, as far as hacks go, nothing much changes from the last category to this one. So he still has the same precog, jutsu copying, and genjutsu and chakra abilities from the last section. Okay, in the final valley, Sasuke got way stronger than in the previous section. So he went from being relative to Naruto with his Sharingan active to being able to overpower Naruto without even using his Sharingan, and he didn't even use the Sharingan until Naruto made like 10 clones. But it's kind of hard to quantify what that actually means, because like I mentioned earlier, the Sharingan gives you precog, so he might have only needed the Sharingan to like see Naruto's clones move before they actually move, so he didn't get like blitzed by 10 clones that are like, like half his speed or something. But it's really unquantifiable for a strength app, so for now he's just unquantifiably stronger than in the last section. Again, not much changes from the post-amp section. Sasuke is just unquantifiably stronger than in that section. Like, this Chidori is just unquantifiably stronger than that Chidori. That's all we really know. Alright, this is where things start to get interesting. The second stage of the curse mark was stated to be a 10 times multiplier onto base, so all we have to do is multiply Sasuke's base AP by 10 to get his AP with the curse mark. So multiply the Jorobo feet by 10, you get 51.4546 kilotons, which is town level, and times 10 Choji's feet, which is 165.6 kilotons, which is large town level, and times 10 Gaara's feet would be 466 kilotons, which is also large town level. CM2 Sasuke's Chidori should be at least 2 times his normal CM2 AP, so using the Drobo calc with all the amps added on would be 102.9092 kilotons, which is large town level, and using the Choji calc would be 331.2 kilotons, which is large town level, and using the Gaara calc would be 932 kilotons, which is very high into large town level. It's nearly small city level, dude. It's crazy. Okay, so for Sasuke's base speed, he pretty much just became unquantifiably faster than the last section, so we'll keep the numbers for speed the same, and we'll move on to the next category. Okay, so I've thought about this part for a while, but now I think that Sasuke's speed in CM2 is 10 times faster than his base speed. Now, the reason for that is because the way the curse mark works, it injects chakra into the user's body, and it gives a similar amp to the 8 gates, and the way the gates work is by removing the body's natural chakra limiters, increasing the amount of chakra in the body, therefore increasing strength and speed by roughly the same amount. The reason I know it's by the same amount is because if your muscles can only use 10% of their abilities, that would apply to all of your muscle stats. That would apply to your muscles' ability to output force, and to your muscles' fast twitch muscle fibers that allow you to move a certain speed. So that would mean that all of your stats would be increased by the same amount if the amount of muscle amping chakra is amped by 10. So now we multiply base Sasuke's speed by 10, and then we'll get CM2 Sasuke's speed. So if we do that, we get Mach 12,490, or 9,583,191.7 miles per hour, which is 1% the speed of light lowballing, which is sub-relativistic. Okay, for base Sasuke's durability, nothing much changes from the last category, as in, like, it still just scales to his base AP, which is, in this category, still just unquantifiably above the AP he had in the last category, so, yeah. Okay, so CM2 Sasuke's durability is really interesting because it scales to his Chidori's AP. It's really weird how CM2 Sasuke, his Chidori's AP scales to his durability. It's so weird because when Naruto and Sasuke have their Rasengan Chidori clash, in terms of their jutsu, they kind of like cancel each other out. Like it forms this weird black sphere thing to indicate that their jutsu are equal. But Naruto gets knocked out cold by this, where Sasuke didn't. He was just fine. He stood over Naruto like a creepy stalker when Naruto was out cold and was just like, "Yo, I could kill you, but I'm not." It was really weird. At this point, Sasuke has access to nature energy with his curse mark because, the curse mark is a crappier version of Sage Mode. He also gains the power of flight in CM2 because it makes him grow wings. So now, as I promised in my Haku video, link in the description, and I alluded to earlier in this video, I'm going to explain the precog of Sasuke's fully evolved base Sharingan. So Sasuke has just fully evolved his base Sharingan at this point, and this is a big deal because Sasuke's fight with Gaara basically directly proves that Sasuke had precog, But in his fight with Naruto, Sasuke had stopped being able to perceive Naruto's movements after Naruto got a QB amp. Then Sasuke fully evolved his base Sharingan and can see Naruto's moves 4 moves in advance before Naruto even does them, which means his precog got 4 times better than before just by evolving his Sharingan. 4 times being a kind of a low ball, because keep in mind, he stopped being able to perceive it altogether. It's not like he was seeing it 1 move in advance, so 4 times better is a low ball. Also, Sasuke has stated and pretty much shown that he can see where Naruto's going to move, then punch there to make Naruto's face collide with his fist, which is an extremely good technique feat for versus battles. Okay, let's do a quick little recap. Pre-amp Sasuke should be city block level and supersonic speeds. Post-amp Sasuke should be town level and massively hypersonic speed. And Final Valley Sasuke should be town level and massively hypersonic in base, but with CM2 would be very high into large town level, nearly small city level, and sub-relativistic in speed. All the calcs and stuff, by the way, that I got will be linked in the description. A few of the math isn't there because it's pretty basic. It's just like multiplying the standard calcs by 2 or like by 10 or by 20. So I'm pretty sure you guys can do that on your own. It's pretty standard. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The Cool Geek out. Bye.